North Charleston man was arrested in connection to a shots fired incident. North Charleston police say 22-year-old Mario Burgess was charged with assault and battery, firing into a dwelling, and felony possession of a firearm. Now, we're told that incident happened back on February 23rd in the area of Yadkin Circle during an argument between Burgess and a woman. Police say shots were fired into the air and led to more gunfire from a nearby apartment. They say in the crossfire, 2 apartments and 2 parked cars were damaged. Officials say no injuries were reported. Officers say after an investigation, police arrested Burgess, who was already being held at the Charleston County Jail.